Hello everyone, how's it going? So I beat Halo Campaign Evolved 3 times, and I was going to discuss the quality of the overall project, but I want to talk about the major unacceptable things that are in this game. Now, as a game itself, they did the game justice when it comes to the source material. Yes, there are changes to the game that I'm not truly hyped about, like for example, the way Cortana's voice actor reminds me a lot of the Ada Wong voice actor for Resident Evil 4 Remake. The deliveries are very poor, but overall I think the game is fun. They did the Flood justice, they did the source material justice. Like, it does have a lot of really good elements to it. However, and this is something that I really want to discuss, the quality of this is unacceptable. So I played this on an Xbox Series X, which you would expect that they would ensure that this would be optimum quality for the Xbox, considering how it's literally the bottom of the barrel. Like, everyone looks to the Xbox as a joke. It is what it is. They treat their flagship franchise Halo like this, which means that any other third-party games that they treat lesser are going to get even less quality. And the reason I say this is because the cutscenes in this game will drop down to 20 frames per second. Now, I can't speak for the PC version, but as far as I can tell, I watched other people play the PC version and they ran flawlessly, at least from what I can tell. But for the Xbox version, they will drop down to 20 frames per second randomly. It is unacceptable. Like, this is your flagship franchise running on your main hardware. How in the fuck do you screw this up? Especially for people who have to pay extra for the luxury of playing the game on time. It's not early access. You're playing the game on time and you have to pay extra for that. But for some, I can't even conceive reason the cutscenes do not run flawlessly. There are indie game projects that release with fully realized gameplay, cutscenes, everything, but for some reason a big AAA company like Halo Studios, which was formerly 343, somehow can't do this. It's mind-boggling. Not to mention that despite this game having no multiplayer, it has co-op with no matchmaking. Halo Reach had matchmaking multiplayer co-op. How is it that you guys are going backwards? Like, all you have to do is create a single-player campaign, and I know there are going to be some jackasses out there saying, well, they created new missions for this game. It doesn't matter. Like, literally, games that released 10 years ago who had significantly more content ran more stable than this. Like, Halo 2 had an infamous development cycle, and even though it had, like, graphical issues and all that, as far as I remember, the game ran flawlessly in terms of the cutscenes. There was no frame rate drops or anything like that, but for some reason, frame rate drops exist in this game. There is no matchmaking co-op. I don't understand this. Like, somehow they still fuck up a sure thing. Like, it's inconceivable. At this point, I really think that Arsha should go to Halo Studios and ask them, how did this happen? Give me a rundown of how this happened. Because this is, like, how do you fuck up this? Like, a lot of people, I know people are going to say I'm being too critical about this, but you have to be. This is your flagship franchise, the game that made Xbox. Without Halo, I don't think Xbox would even exist right now. You can make the argument for Gears of War, but that came out on the Xbox 360, so yeah, this cutscene thing should not be a thing. Not to mention, there should be matchmaking co-op. It's just a lot of things that really irk me about games nowadays that were standards for games that came out 10, 20 years ago that somehow are acceptable nowadays. Like these cutscene frame rate drops, for matchmaking for co-op that existed on Halo Reach for some reason that doesn't exist here. And it just goes down the path of like how this project, even though I liked it and I had fun with it, has so many freaking problems. There isn't even a cinematic viewer for you to watch the cutscenes. Like, why not? Like, literally Resident Evil 4, like the special edition that came out over 10 years ago has this, but this game doesn't have this. You work so hard on these cutscenes, and they are gorgeous when they run correctly. You don't have that here. Why? Like, can someone ask, like, why? Like, you guys can't put a separate section for this? I don't know. Like, at this point, I think that asking for the bare minimum, the standard, when it comes to this, shouldn't be a thing anymore. Like, the standard, most baseline thing should be included in AAA games. Like, we don't even own our games at this point. You need to download a patch for it to just run now. Like, when is it going to be enough that people are going to be like, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? But tell me your opinions on the comments below if there are any other issues that you've noticed with this. I'd love to hear your opinion, but that's it for me. Bye.